gonna meet up with my friend Espen, and so that's the plan for the day. It's gonna be an amazing day, and I'm gonna share all the food and this entire experience with you in this video.
Bây giờ mời các bạn theo chân anh Mạch Quang để khám phá ẩm thực của Đan Mạch nhé.
Good morning, Espen.
Anh đang ở cái thành phố Copenhagen, tức là thủ đô của Đan Mạch.
Can you help me to pronounce the name one more time?
It's called Torvhalerne.
Torvhalerne.
So it's a bit of a Danish street food market here.
Okay. It's a very like gourmet, a lot of artisan ingredients as well as restaurant stalls. And so Espen knows some people here. We're gonna walk around. We're gonna eat, do some eating, and then also see the
Có cái anh bạn kia là chắc hướng dẫn viên cho ảnh á. Anh đang đi vô trong một cái chợ nha.
And the aroma of like smoked fish, smoked. Wow, look at the size of those. I think those are monkfish. There's lobsters. Oh man, okay, this is a very cool market. Yeah, so some of the things available, all of the different seafood. There's lots of different salads. There's even some international products. Oh, okay. So we can eat like whatever you.
Cái đất nước này nhỏ bé nhưng mà nó rất là giàu nha. Cái lợi tức của những người ở đây là 100 tới 60.000 đô. Thuộc dạng đứng đầu của Âu Châu. Có nước còn nhiều hơn. Thì ở đây ăn uống thì chắc có lẽ là cũng là không phải là ít đâu nha. Đắt đỏ đó chứ không phải thường đâu, để lát nữa ảnh ăn rồi coi giá cả bao nhiêu. Đất nướng này đã giàu lắm, đẹp lắm, nhưng mà nó ăn ăn sáng với cái hộp cá hộp này đây.
So it's a little bit like sardines, anchovies kind of thing, but they call it also here.
Oh yeah, the smokiness of it, and really soft. Okay, I'll get another, and then I'll taste with some of this bread. And this bread, oh, the bread is incredible.
Cái này ăn vậy chứ thấy không có gì mà thích thú lắm. Cá hộp ăn ngán thế mẹ.
Really, really good. You barely even like feel the bones. It's just like one solid piece of meat.
So, thank you. Chicken salad on free-range organic chickens with pickled mushrooms, trumpets and chanterelles, gherkin on the side, as it should be on good Danish rye as well, of course.
This is a very Danish mixture.
Để coi anh ăn cái món này giờ là món gì đây?
Oh wow, that is creamy, so creamy, so rich, and then like shredded chicken within this, like really almost like sticky, delicious, like thick sauce, and then it just kind of crumbles into that rye bread.
Này giống cái bánh mà.
It's good. This cheese.
They're both good. Yeah. They're both really good. Both really different. That chicken salad is like hearty. That is thick. It's almost cheesy. It's so thick.
Cái bánh mà nó bỏ kem bỏ gì trên quá trời luôn.
And the owner is very cool. But all sorts of cured meats, preserved things, cheeses, really good, handcrafted, quality, artisan things to eat. Yeah, that was delicious. Okay, we are moving right across the lake.
Oysters. We also have oysters on Tuesday.
Okay, so this stall right across is just like a cabinet full of all sorts of meat products. And they have a lot of raw meat that you can take home and cook, but they also have a number of things that are meats that are cooked. So we're gonna try some of the frikadeller, which are they're kind of like patties of, it's minced meat, kind of like meatballs, kind of like
pork. Actually, it's
chỗ này nó bán thịt không ha?
and beef. It's a very traditional dish.
Có thịt chín rồi nữa,
We're gonna try some of that
như thịt
now.
sống.
They're kind of like giant meatballs, patties, and they're kind of like one side is more caramelized than the other. They're really puffy, really thick.
Coi thịt nó làm gì mà.
It's so good. I feel meaty and like spongy. You can taste the onions in them. That's awesome.
And then we just make them on a frying pan.
So that's why one side is more caramelized than the other. Okay. So it's like one side down.
Yeah.
Maybe like adding in some.
And we fry it in butter.
And you could eat this with bread. It would go good with bread. It's also fantastic just as a steak, just like straight meat.
Anh ăn cái đó không có để là coi giá bao nhiêu. Rồi giờ anh đi ra khỏi cái chợ này rồi coi đi đâu đây.
Entering into the next building, and this one immediately you can smell coffee. I think there's a lot of like
anh đi qua một cái căn nhà khác. Ở đây trong này cái chỗ này nó bán cà phê nè. Cà phê với bánh ngọt.
This is called a flødebolle, and is there a correct way to eat this?
Yeah,
you just got to bite and will it collapse?
No, yeah.
Or you just bite from the top?
Yeah.
Okay. It's definitely a unique shape for a chocolate.
Yeah.
Don't eat the tag, by the way. Okay.
That's good.
Now I understand why it can be so big. It's filled with cream.
Sô-cô-la mà bên trong nó có kem ở trong á.
It is chocolate. Actually, it's not actually cream on the inside. It's made from fluffed egg whites, so it's more like a meringue. Yeah, but it's really fluffy, really creamy, made from eggs. Okay, so next up we stopped at a place it's called I Love Fisk.
Chỗ này nó bán cá không nha.
But they have mostly prepared
thực phẩm bằng cá không? Có cái gì đây?
It's a fish frikadeller, so it's a big like fish patty, and we got the traditional one, which is made from cod. It's kind of minced up. There's probably some egg in there. There might be a little bit of flour. It's kind of like a very thick kind of mayonnaise dressing salad, and also served with a slice of rye bread. So you kind of get some of the fish patty, and then some of that.
Cái này là 7 đồng mấy đô la đó. Thôi cũng tạm được đi. Ở cái xứ này là nó đắt ghê gớm lắm mà nên nó giá vậy là thấy cũng mừng.
You've got the fish patty is almost kind of like fluffy. It's good, really good. Yeah, like a giant fish meatball. And kind of like airy and fluffy and spongy. And then again, pan fried, so it has that kind of crispy crust around it. No, and that like the fish patty, but I think especially that salad because there's so much mayonnaise and the creaminess of it. It is rich and heavy. That's hearty. That's filling. And we are gonna move on to eat a little more seafood, I think, before we move on to the next street food market.
Rồi bây giờ ở đây thì anh cũng ăn đồ biển nữa nè. Con hào á.
Is there one more thing we should try here? Like just one? Okay, a lot.
But this one is the most Danish we all have. It's Danish shrimps from
Let's try. Yeah, we ordered some oysters, a couple of oysters, Danish oysters, and also a shrimp kind of mixed salad, and we're moving over here. I think there's some counter space where we can eat them. Let's have the Danish oyster.
Rồi con hào này là ăn sống rồi đó. Nặn chanh vô là húp luôn á.
Danish Oysters.
Danish oysters, cheers, man.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Very fresh.
Yeah, very fresh. So good. Briny with the lemon. That was delicious. That was a bite of pure joy. We also got a little tub of this is a traditional Danish shrimp salad, and I think it might be there's some kind of.
Cái này nó nói là salad nhưng mà nó là súp salad. Nó trộn rau với trộn tôm, trộn phô mai đồ gì đâu tùm lum trong đó hết.
And then just the cooling, like creamy mayonnaise dressing. Oh, that's really good. That would go really good with rye bread, but also just good on its own, just straight. That's delicious. And
cái này là nó ăn lạnh á.
And then finally, to wrap up I think our snacking at this market, we got a mixed plate of smoked fish, and smoked fish is very common, very traditional throughout the history of Denmark. We got the main fish is a smoked herring, and herring is very popular, but we also got some smoked eel, which has then been like peeled, the skin peeled, and so it's just the meat, and then also some smoked salmon along with a couple slices of rye bread. And the rye bread in Denmark is just incredibly delicious, like the crumbly grainy.
Cá đó là cá hồi á.
So we're gonna take some of these smoked fish next.
Ở trong này có một cá hồi đó là sống thôi, còn mấy kia hình như là chín hết á.
So it's basically like this.
And you normally eat the skin, or you don't eat the skin?
No, we don't need the skin.
Oh, okay.
So normally you're serving on rye bread, maybe with an egg yolk and some chives and a little bit of mayonnaise.
Mà sương
So
quá.
just start on some of that herring before trying with the rye bread, just the pure herring. Oh, I love it. Oh wow, that's awesome.
Con cá là sương quá đi.
It's so smoky and salty.
Con cá này ăn phải coi chừng mắc cổ chết á.
You can almost like, because it's smoky and moist, you can almost like spread it. You can almost spread it on bread. Okay, and then this one is the smoked salmon. Oh, wow. Yeah, that is like so oily and rich.
Con cá này là nó hấp
so smoky.
Làm như là nó nướng hay sao á.
Really good salmon. Okay, and then finally to try the smoked eel.
Cái đó là con lươn ấy nha.
Oh wow. Like a totally different texture. It's kind of like jellied. And creamy.
Thịt con lươn.
You take the first bite and it's like cool, but then like the smokiness just like comes out of it as you take a bite, as you chew. The eel's awesome. Eel is so good. Okay, next up I'll try some of the herring on the rye bread. Yeah, like they literally like spreads onto bread. I just love the rye bread in Denmark. Like it has whole grains of rye, so you feel the texture, and it's not like dry bread at all. The rye bread is not dry bread. It's very moist. Okay, and I'm gonna have that piece of eel. I think that eel is the best for me. But everything is good. I love all these smoked fish with the rye bread. Salmon is good, herring is good, but the eel. Thank you so much. Okay, that was fantastic. Thank you. Oh man,
gần 26 đô la.
Fish tray was one of the highlights for me. Really, really good. From
here
we are driving to a street food market which is called Refn.
Ở cái xứ này mà mỏ dữ lắm.
To the street food market is called Reffen, and it's on an island across from the Copenhagen
anh lại đi lên cái chợ khác.
downtown Copenhagen. But this is a very artistic area. It was a former industrial area and shipyards, but now it's a really artistic kind of trendy area. And I love what they've done is that they've kept a lot of the traditional warehouses and shipyards, but they've just turned them into different functions. And so now there's a lot of restaurants in this area. There's a lot of like hangout, social places, and then the street food market, Reffen street food market, which is made from old warehouses as well as shipping containers.
Hello again.
Hello again.
Yeah, so we're gonna walk a lot more through the market and eat some of the food, but just walking through, you notice there's a lot of international food stands, and I just love how it's so artistic. It's kind of like permanent makeshift, but Jesper was telling us there's over 100 containers that make up the market, and there's no like print design. Everything is hand painted. Everything is each own person's creativity. Wait, you said from how many countries are there food?
17.
17 different countries. Okay. So
we're actually the good neighborhood in Copenhagen.
Yeah, it really is like an entire international culinary community back in here.
Ở đây cái gì nó để là nó nói là 17 nước không?
Yes.
Bán đồ trong này hay sao?
Yes.
I like it.
Yeah. With some garlic oil on top. Oh yeah. Very good, thank you. This is one of the stalls that will immediately catch your attention at the street food market. It's a Mexican-inspired stall. The meat here is pork, and it looks kind of like cochinita pibil. They have a pan of the meat, which is just like simmering in its own juices over charcoal. Oh, this is some smoke you just want to bathe in and just inhale. No, you shouldn't inhale it. Okay, but it does smell really, really good.
Yeah, tacos, and then he makes it for tortilla.
Okay.
And then, yeah, it's so fresh. Yes.
Hola, buenos días.
Buenos días.
And
Provecho, que se llama tacos con guacamole.
Gracias.
Y pico de gallo.
Pico de gallo. ¿Y esta es cochinita pibil?
Es similar, sí,
Okay,
ajá, es similar. Es como una combinación entre pastor y cochinita pibil.
Okay.
Así es.
Anh này anh nói tiếng Tây Ban Nha.
And these are some of the like tortillas that he makes, as well as some of the, I think some guacamole and some of the vegetables. Very good, yeah. Very, very good. Mark, nice to meet you. Nice to meet you.
So, Mark, I guess that you want some hot dogs here, right?
Yes, please.
And I heard something about you like to make them yourself. Okay, we'll take a new one for you. It's the chef one, actually, the one I use. Oh, you're filming.
Okay, thank you.
Just put it on like this.
All right, and then, so I'm about to head into Nordic dogs. Inside the cart, we're gonna make the hot dogs, and actually they're not even hot dogs. They're like, most of them are venison dogs or a mix of beef hot dogs, and we're gonna make them. We're gonna fix them.
Let's go in.
Let's go in. Great.
See gloves on.
To the wild meat, and it also turns to noise.
And it's like, you know, the smell is like brioche bread.
Oh
Mẹ
yeah.
vô tự nấu ăn à?
And then 3 minutes. And today, for the one we make, that's the detour. And you know the quid. And then pork sausage. First the mustard. In this case, it's the seaweed.
Add extra apple into it. There's always apple.
Like the Danish tartar sauce. Okay. And then it's with the raw onion.
Fried onion.
Yes, please.
Oops, maybe too much.
And then we will do the spinach tartar.
Okay.
And that means that they still have a little bit of really good taste to the pork sausage. here in the north and Denmark in general, we love chocolate milk. So I'm just going to give you a half glass, and if you love it, you always get more.
Okay. Ready? Thank you. This is one gourmet, beautiful hot dog.
Yeah. And then we have the chocolate milk.
Oh wow. The quality of that hot dog, the bun just like, you just completely peel away the different sauces, the caramelized onion, and then just that vinegary-ness from the pickles.
Nó cho vô đó tự chiên cái cục xúc xích theo cái ý của mình, rồi bỏ vô trong cái cục bánh mì ăn thôi.
Wow. So some Danes don't eat hot dogs without the chocolate milk. Some Danes eat hot dogs to have the chocolate milk. Is that right? Okay. That's something I never knew. Wow. Oh man, that's just like, that's liquid chocolate. It is. It's so creamy. Well, they do complement each other.
Only 4 ingredients in it. It's organic Danish milk, a hint of salt, sugar, and then the red vanilla chocolate. And that's the only thing that contains. And of course,
And I think,
organic
like,
milk we use.
I think that might be my first time to ever have hot dog and cold chocolate milk combination.
Yeah, that's the flavor combination as well.
Come on, do it. Come on, that's a big bite. Come on, do it. Wow.
Mayonnaise, homemade from the OU.
Okay, we're gonna try one more, which is a special for today, which is a venison hot dog. And so he's just searing that off and then gonna dress it. Venison Fusion Hot Dog. And this one, yeah, made from venison with that beautiful salad on top. Oh, it looks good.
That is number 2, yes.
Okay, I have a taste.
Yes, you have a taste.
Why does the hot chocolate?
Oh, wow. There's a quality hot dog. I mean, venison dog.
Hello, sir.
A deer dog, that's what it is. It's a deer dog. What's up? Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Thrilla in Manila. This is an awesome little stall serving Filipino street food. Oh yeah. Crispy pork, kind of like a garlicky, kind of nutty tasting sauce.
Cái chỗ này là đi ăn cho vui chơi thôi chứ còn thấy sao không có cái gì mà
What's your name? Alfie.
đặc biệt hết á.
Awesome. I'm hanging out with Alfie in the kitchen. Thrilla in Manila. Thank you so much for having us. He's doing some amazing Filipino street food in Copenhagen, and he's making for us a sous vide chicken with spicy sauce. Oh man. Oh man, that smells good. All right, spicy sauce,
Này là
drizzle
thịt
of
gà
lime
nha.
juice. Oh yeah, man.
Oh yeah. I think
That's good. Oh, it's so good. Like a kind of tanginess of it too. The spiciness of that sauce. Oh man. And because the chicken is sous vide, like it retains its juiciness. It holds in that juiciness. Oh, and something else is coming. It'd be great. Okay.
Ready?
Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Wow. Yeah. It's tender, juicy. Oh, fatty, juicy pork. And that sauce, maybe a little bit like a little hoisin flavoring. Slightly sweet, salty, a little tangy. Yeah. Nailed it, man.
Thanks, man.
Really, really good.
Thrilla in Manila.
Really good.
Sour with fresh chicken.
Nice.
It's chicken.
Ở trong này mấy ảnh làm như là mấy ảnh bán ở trong cái container.
Thank you. Very cool. Also, a massive thank you to Jesper and to Sin for hosting us, for showing us around the market as well. We're just walking through the central train station right now, a massive bike parking lot, but we're walking next up on this ultimate Danish street food tour of Copenhagen. We're walking over to Tivoli Gardens where they have a food hall, and it's relatively new, but also another like public social dining hall atmosphere where we're gonna maybe look around, get a little bit of food before we eat one more thing on this tour. So we're just stepping into Tivoli Food Hall, and this is actually connected or right on the side
Cái
of
chỗ
Tivoli
này nó cũng là bán đồ ăn.
A classic. It's a historical entertainment amusement park in Copenhagen, very, very famous. But we're just gonna walk around here, see what they have to eat, and it's also a very mix of international food available here. Everything from tacos, there's pizza, there's like chicken wings, there's even Asian, there's sushi, there's some meat places. But it's really high quality. It does look really good. A lot of like organic quality.
Ở chỗ này cũng có nhiều cái món ăn của nhiều nước khác nhau lắm.
Famous or well known of all Danish food, and I'm gonna need you to help me pronounce it again. Smørrebrød.
Smørrebrød here.
Smørrebrød.
Nej, altså bare, undskyld, ja, 2 stykker, ja.
We got 3 different types of the smørrebrød. I'm gonna, before I leave Denmark, I'm gonna learn how to say that properly. But one is the steak tartar, so it's like a minced beef, raw minced beef, so it's like a minced beef raw burger.
Cái này là thịt sống nha.
A bunch of different toppings. There's onion, there's capers, and I think it's served with raw egg yolk. And then and horseradish all on there. I love steak tartar. And then we got a couple of different pickled herrings, which is also very Danish, very traditional. So artful, so beautiful, decorated, open face. And those are capers. There's red onions, little sprouts. This one is what type of? This is
it's marinated. This is like
marinated herring.
It's classic.
Okay.
One, and the other one is a little bit more. It's called more spicy.
Okay, try this one first. And always like buttered bread too, right?
Yeah.
The rye bread is buttered with the smoked pickled herring and the red onions, and some sprouts on there too.
Cái đó sẽ giống không phải cục thịt à?
Good. Really good. The herring, yeah, it's kind of like pickled. It's kind of like briny, kind of like sweet and sour. Then with the rye bread that just crumbles.
Cái miếng này thì có thịt nè. Còn cái miếng hồi nãy sao giống không thấy không có thịt á.
Oh yeah. Kind of has like almost like a nutmeggy taste to it more.
Cái trứng này là cũng là cái trồng trứng sống luôn nha. Rồi. Bể ra mẹ đó rồi. Tầm lem hết.
And mix everything with that yolk. That is a beautiful touch as well. Just a runny yolk. At first it just kind of plopped and then it.
Cái cục thịt cũng sống.
My first try at getting
mà cái trứng cũng sống.
With a fork. It's not very pretty, but it will work.
Ăn với lại hành đồ này kia đó.
Oh yeah. That is awesome with the crunch of the onion, with the coolness of the raw beef. Maybe just a little bit of horseradish on that bite. I probably missed it. And then with the richness of the egg yolk, the creaminess of the egg yolk. It's very nice in there. Again, a lot of international food, and it's a very hangout friendly. Like there's some tapas style dining where you can sit, where you can have a drink, where you can hang out with friends. From here though, there is one more thing that like there was no way we could have an iconic Danish street food tour of Copenhagen without eating it. And right across the street, right in front of the train station is where we're going. I can't wait. I've been waiting for this moment.
Anh đi lại cái đối diện của cái trạm xe lửa. Có chỗ nó bán cái món ăn gì đó mà anh phải lại đó anh ăn mới được. Chắc là ở đây đó.
John's Hot Dog Deli, This is one of the most
hot dog
legendary for hot dogs, traditional Danish hot dogs, which are world famous. And what's amazing about John's Hot Dog Deli is that he keeps the recipe traditional. The hot dogs are traditional style Danish. Hundreds of years of history in the hot dog, in the tube steak.
Cái chỗ này là chỉ có cái là nó lâu đời rồi, cả trăm năm rồi. Có vậy thôi.
I cannot wait. You get that hot dog steam aroma as soon as you step underneath the awning in this cart, and I love it.
Chứ nó cũng không có cái gì đặc biệt lắm.
I just love to take it back to the classic, to the tradition. This is as traditional of a Danish hot dog as possible.
And with different kinds of topping, we have ketchup, mustard.
She has the ketchup, mustard. Oh yeah, okay.
Cucumbers, onions.
Cái mấy cái đó là gần $5 đó.
It has, what I love is the hot dog has that snap to it. As soon as you bite down, like that skin just snaps, and then it's so like warm and comforting on the inside with the sauces oozing, and then if you drop any toppings, the pigeons are immediate to grab it.
Mấy con bồ câu nó xuống nó ăn đồ ăn mà rớt cái dưới đó.
Oh yeah. I got some ketchup on my feet. But yeah, the bun is also really nice and light. And as soon as you like press
Nguyên cái bữa nay là anh ăn là không có cái gì mà nói trong nhà hàng hết, toàn là ăn cái đồ mà nó bán giống như bán ở ngoài đường phố vậy.
That was everything I had hoped it was going to be and more. Oh, that just hit the spot. Yeah, that is a must.
Rồi chúng ta chút xíu sẽ tiếp tục đến cái phần kế nữa nha.
That was a delicious way to end this Danish street food tour of Copenhagen. It's been a wonderful day. It's been a lot of fun. I've learned a lot about Danish food and Copenhagen, and I want to say a big thank you to Visit Copenhagen for bringing me on this trip, for inviting me to explore the food in Copenhagen as well. So that's going to be it for this video, and be sure to stay tuned. Be sure to subscribe and also turn on your bell notification so you get notified of the next video that I publish. There's going to be more Danish. We've got some very exciting Danish food tours planned in Copenhagen that you're not going to want to miss. A lot of food coming up, so stay tuned. And I want to say a big thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next video. Queens, I'm in Copenhagen, Denmark, and the plan for today is we are going on a classic, a legendary Danish restaurants food tour of Copenhagen.
Bây giờ ta tiếp tục với anh mặc quen nha. Bữa nay hy vọng là ăn những cái món khá hơn chút.
Okay, so the first place that we're going on this classic traditional food tour is a place called Harry's Place.
Harry's Place, yeah.
And this is a place that has been recommended.
Actually, it's been in existence in 1965.
Okay.
So it's one of the oldest.
Little hole in the wall. It's like a little container on the corner here. I love the look of it already.
Ở đây cũng là một cái nhà hàng mà cũng như lâu đời rồi đó.
Immediately like a hot box of hot dog fumes and burgers and roast pork, and it's grill bar. So
chỗ này hình như là nó cũng bán đồ nướng.
Fast food. You stand here. There's not even tables. There's not even seating space. You just stand. You order. You eat. The main thing that we got is the pork sandwich, which is it's like one of the ultimate Danish favorites.
Cái này
it's actually
cái kiểu bánh sandwich rồi.
It's roast.
It's roast. But the skin is like unbelievably crispy, and it actually even separates from the pork because it's like a handle of crispy skin. A nice slab of pork in there, and then pickles on there, all in a bun. That is a classic Danish. I'm gonna grab my My mustache of crispy skin ready. Yeah, the remoulade, it definitely makes it more creamy. It's kind of sweet and kind of like pickly at the same time. And creamy, very heavy from that mayo.
Cái này là cái như là cái bánh sandwich.
Danish meatball sandwich, and again, I think it's only served with the red cabbage on the inside.
Để coi nó bán bao nhiêu ha.
The little burger patties have been sitting on that hot grill for quite a
Giá nó
while.
để đầu tùm lum ở trên đó đó mà không biết.
The meat has just caramelized on the outside, so it's like crispy burger, really soft, like meatloaf. It is like meatballs, like in a very soft bun with that sweet cabbage.
Oh, it's good. You want more of the salt?
Go ahead.
Go
ahead.
Everything is good also if we...
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I like it with the mustard because the mustard has more, a bit of horseradish in the mustard to give it that spiciness. Yeah, I needed that to kind of like balance the whole sandwich.
$10. Trời ơi.
That was just delicious. That was a great way to get started, and what a
Cũng không có rẻ đúng gì.
A little grill bar, standing room only, very local spot. We are moving now to Tivoli, right? Okay, so that's like a classic. It's an amusement park. It's very historical. One of the most historical places, a landmark in Copenhagen. And they also have some very legendary, very classic Danish food restaurants within there.
Bây giờ là anh đi vô nhà hàng nha, để coi
In the heart of Copenhagen, it's a landmark. You can see it from almost everywhere you go in the city. Is Tivoli Gardens. It's an old historical amusement park that's still in use today. We're gonna enter here first, walk around, and then we'll go to the restaurant to eat. All right, and we are into Tivoli Gardens. First, we are going to go straight to one of the classic restaurants, and they have a lot of restaurants in here, and a lot of cafes, a lot of little food
cái khu này là
stalls,
cái
like
nhiều nhà hàng lắm.
amusement park. Okay, on our way to the
Nhiều
restaurant.
cái quán cà phê nữa.
This is like the Danish Pumpkin Championship. The biggest one, 446.3 kilos. Wow, that is a monster, like car-sized pumpkin. It's an amazing setting underneath the trees, and now the whole park, the whole Tivoli Gardens is decorated for Halloween, so there's pumpkins all over. It's kind of it's one of the classic Danish settings where there's a whole courtyard, yet it's natural light.
Cuối năm á.
Very cool.
Mà cái thời gian của cái lễ ma quỷ đó, người ta Halloween á, người ta dùng mấy cái trái bí này người ta làm trang trí luôn.
And then it just has such a festive mood to it. So we're gonna order. I think they have a lot of the classics. You can get a lot of the main Danish dishes, plates, but also a lot of småhusbøl, which are the open-faced sandwiches as well.
Đây coi anh ăn cái trận này có bao nhiêu rồi.
This place has so much character and historical value.
Cái trận này mới là cái trận mà nhà hàng đàng hoàng á.
I are going to share. One is a classic Danish. It's a fish which has kind of been breaded, fish fillet breaded and deep fried, then topped with
cái món này là
shrimp.
tôm,
So it's kind of like a massive open-faced sandwich because there's one slice of bread on the bottom and just like a
còn
blood of
cái miếng này là cái gì?
Then the fish, then the shrimp on top.
Cái miếng này như là miếng cá.
Yeah, no, it's like an open-faced sandwich.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
So you kind of get a little bit of everything in one bite, although I missed the bread.
Cá với tôm.
It's always difficult to find the bread actually. Yeah, so much.
It is actually difficult to find the bread. I love the little shrimp. The fish has like this whole deep fried crust around it. Dressing, yeah, that's definitely Thousand Island, kind of like liquid mayonnaise. Maybe like, I like the shrimp and the fish. Thousand Island is not my, like it's a little...
Maybe a little bit more lemon as well.
Yeah, sure. seasoning with some pepper, a little pepper on there. So the dish is called Star Shoot.
Yeah.
The shooting star, the shooting star. Yeah, that's like that.
There's also the schnitzel here in Denmark.
Nó bỏ cái
Style shirt.
nó bỏ cái không biết là cái
Yeah, sure. I like it with
cái
that
nước
dough.
gì đó
That dough gives you the
mà
refreshing
nó
touch.
là quá trời luôn.
That schnitzel looks so good. And it does look a bit different from Austrian, German, all over peas and fried potatoes. And then the signature Danish touch to it is fresh horseradish, which is shredded on top with lemon. I love how the food is like, I guess because of the natural light, because of this kind of like sunroom, just the natural light, everything is so bright and colorful too.
Put that on top,
In the
actually.
Danish way?
Yeah.
Còn bây giờ cái này để coi cái này là cái gì.
Boy or in dreng in Danish.
Cái này là thịt hay là cá hay là cái gì đây?
Lemon juice.
With the gravy on top. Yeah, I guess it's also Danish to serve it with peas, actually.
Okay. Yeah, it's definitely a unique combination for a schnitzel. Never had anything like this with the combination, with the capers, with the fish, the anchovy, with the horseradish, with the gravy, with lemon juice. That's the Danish way. Yeah, and then you've got peas on the bottom, you've got capers, you've got fried potatoes as well. Oh yeah, that's like warm and comforting and crispy fried meat. And then, yeah, the Danish way, what I've noticed about eating in Denmark is that you gotta have all the different components on each bite at one time. Horseradish, you get some of the capers, some of the anchovy, you get everything in one forkful before you take a bite. And also, as Ben was saying, that like the Danish style schnitzel is a bit thicker. Like in Austria or Germany, it's very pounded, very thin. Oh yeah, some of them are huge. This one is more like a fried steak. Yeah, gravy is good.
Don't go down on gravy.
Còn cái dĩa kia đó.
That restaurant is called Groften, and that was a very
169
enjoyable
đô.
experience. The staff are really friendly, and after a big
Má ơi.
hearty Danish meal at Tivoli Gardens, there's only
Ăn
one
có hai
thing
cái
to
dĩa
do
đó không
next.
mà $170 đó. Bây giờ đây bà con nào là có thích đi du lịch ở Đan Mạch nữa không?
Yeah, I don't think the schnitzel would sit very well on that ride.
Mà nội ăn hai cái dĩa cá, cái dĩa thịt bò hay gì đó, hai dĩa gì mà quá trời rồi đó.
And I think it dates back to maybe the early 1900s or so.
Thấy giá thấy hết hồn luôn.
Wait, let me get my backpack underneath here, I think.
Oh, maybe I can put it here.
Put it under here.
Bằng ở bên Mỹ này người ta đi ăn gấp 4 lần cái đó.
Celebrating on the Google Store. Find helpful gifts they'll love for less.
Okay, to lock us in.
Yeah.
Bây giờ ảnh đi lên trên cái
I'm ready.
cái đồ mà để
Yeah, it's a cool roller coaster though. We're doing it for the historical value.
Yeah, only because of that. Yeah.
It started raining.
cái chỗ mà để nó chạy nè.
Nice. Oh yeah, but there's some nice views of Copenhagen from here though too. You can see there's the railroad station, I think, on that side. Cool. Here we go, underneath the mountain.
Yeah.
Đi cái này nó nôn ruột dữ lắm. Đi cái này là để cho mấy người trẻ tuổi đầu đi, chứ mấy ông lão mà đi vô đây lạng quạng là đi luôn á.
It still does make your stomach
Yếu tim và tim bệnh rồi vô đây mà nó giật cho một cái là đi luôn á.
Okay, we made it. There were definitely some good little drop-offs though. You ready to eat again, Espen?
Yeah.
that really stirred up the stomach. That really like pushed down the schnitzel. Okay. Actually, we probably have about an hour until the next place now, but it is starting to rain, so I think we might just kind of wait it out. we have exited Tivoli Gardens. That was quite cool. Even if you don't go on any rides, it's quite cool just to walk around because it's such a historical amusement park and it has so much character and there's restaurants and there's plenty of things to do and just walk around like a big park.
Ở đây là giống như cái công viên vậy đó, mà nó có nhiều cái chỗ bán đồ ăn luôn.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you. We're going to, it's another legendary Danish restaurant right in the heart of Copenhagen.
Bây giờ anh đi qua một cái nhà hàng khác, mà cũng nhà hàng nổi tiếng nữa đó.
You step down some stairs because it's a basement restaurant. It's cozy, it's warm down here. It's very popular, actually. I think very locally popular. Lots of people here hanging out, having some drinks, having some smoked the open-faced sandwiches and like.
Mà giá cả ở đây nhìn thấy ớn quá.
And so they have reserved a table for us in the back, I believe. It's really like tavern style here. It's very social. You're like rubbing shoulders with everybody, the other tables, and not even an empty seat in here. It is packed. I like the atmosphere. We are getting the gentleman's lunch. Like you get the smoked the different cold hot plates, full plates, and then the dessert with cheese and rum and lard and meat jelly. Oh, wonderful. Oh, nice. Thank you. Here, gentleman's lunch. Here it comes. Yeah, that's wonderful. And then also on the table they brought us some snaps in these ornate bottles, which they'll probably pour for us. Do you think they will make that?
Yeah, there's one with dill.
Wow, dill snaps. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, and this is what, I don't know the words in English, called a word.
Another like infused snaps. Okay, and snaps is very common to eat, especially with herring. He fills it to the very top. It's overflowing, actually. Dill snaps. I love that dill. Wow.
Coi bây giờ anh ăn cái gì đây? Cá.
We'll just move way down here.
Yes. Wow. Beautiful. The liver paste? Nice.
So, the Danish herring fried with mustard and herbs and onions. We got bandevik herring with a lot of herbs, a little bit of sweetness, smoked salmon with fennel and cream cheese. Local place with our famous remoulade sauce. We have the puff pastry, chicken, green asparagus, stirred tartar with raw egg yolk, and the liver paste with the beef.
They're riding on the roller coaster. I think we have earned the Danish gentleman's lunch spread. And, oh man, it's so beautiful. It's so nicely laid out on the plates, the display. Typically, as Ben told me, you typically begin with the herring. So we're going to decide that's fried herring over some, like a onion puree lard. On top. The traditional way to eat the open-faced sandwich is to take one of the pieces of rye bread, and then you can either put butter, but the real way is to put lard. So put a layer of lard on there, and then you start with the herring, some of the onions, put that herring on top. You want to get some of that rye bread, you want to get some of those onions on the bottom there. The lard is in there as well. Nice. I want that piece of dill.
Rồi nó để lên cái miếng, nó miếng gì không biết.
Then we have a small sip. You have a small sip.
Cái miếng gì đang nó hơi giống thịt quá mà không lẽ là cá ăn với thịt. Rồi bên này đã có cái món thịt sống ăn với trứng hồi nãy nữa đó.
The pickled herring. Yeah. But that's like, that one is fresh and fried, right? Yeah. It is so good. It's like buttery in texture. Really creamy.
Really like rich and slightly oily, really flavorful, really crispy. This is pickled herring, but you can just see it's like a cinnamon roll of herring with all sorts of herbs full of dill. And you just gotta put this on the rye bread as well. Just gotta spread this out onto the.
Cái này là cái con cá nó cuốn vô. Nó cuốn vô gia vị cái gì đó.
So next up for the smoked salmon, this is another classic Danish.
Còn cái này là cá hồi.
Put that over rye bread again with smoked. There's a dab of smoked cheese made with some cream on there, some onions. Oh, it's fennel. Nice. Okay, I love the fennel too. So many different uses of fennel as well. Even in the snaps, the dill snaps, I know there's fennel in there too. But the salmon is just a bouquet of smoked salmon on there.
Cá hồi sống.
You can actually smell the smokiness.
Ăn như cái miếng đen đen nó không biết cái đó là cái gì, không phải cục thịt không.
Oh wow. That's really good. That salmon is so buttery, smoky. With that, like, it tastes like a whipped cream cheese that's smoky as well.
Now we've tried a lot of different types of them.
Yeah, true. And that one is like, wow, that's thick and chunky, and all of those are different types of pickles. So it's going to be like vinegary, but very creamy, lots of mayonnaise, a little bit of lemon. Yes.
Cái đó không biết là cái gì mà nó lềnh không biết. Nó quăng lên trên con cá, nó vắt chành lên nó ăn đó.
The fish is really good fried. The classic Danish remoulade sauce. Yeah, it's very creamy, very mayonnaisey. That is for sure.
This one is called a tartlet. It is like a pastry dough on the bottom, then filled with a stew made from chicken and asparagus and kind of a very creamy sauce. And this is another very traditional
Còn cái
Danish
này là
food.
gà mà nó.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Fried chicken just like melts in your mouth. It's such a
Gà mà có phô mai ở trong nữa.
like flaky pastry dough on the bottom.
Với cái gì đó, nó làm nó thành cục lên.
Tartar.
Đó, còn cái này là cái cục thịt sống nha. Thịt sống ăn với lại cái trồng đỏ trứng sống luôn. Đó, cái món này hồi nãy mà ăn một lần rồi đó.
And then you just let that yolk kind of run over your meat.
It's very clean.
Wow. That is straight, just like pure raw beef with onions and the pepper, the richness of the yolk. I love tartar, which I've probably said many, many times. And then I think we have actually come to the final one, which is a liver paste. It's like a little blob of liver paste with mushrooms on top. There's pickles.
Cái miếng đen đen này chắc là thịt bò quá.
Oh yeah, that's really good. Livery, but it's almost like a whipped liver. It's almost like airy, not like irony. It's actually delicious. You've got the base of the rye bread, you've got the crunch of the pickle, the sweetness of the beetroot, and then just like that, like liver topping. So it's not really a full dessert, but it's more like to end your meal of all the different dishes, the gentleman's meal. But it's a mature cheese is what the menu said, plus a jelly, plus onions, plus some herb, and you eat it with rye bread. So it's kind of just to end the meal on a note.
Còn cái này là cái món tráng miệng.
On a mature cheese note, but with a hint of sweetness from that jelly probably, and then the onions as well.
And actually, what you can do also is very traditional as well. Actually, you have a sip of the snaps as well. Actually.
Okay. Yes, I will. Oh yeah, that cheese is. It's strong, but it's really rich.
Yeah, it is.
Really complex. Like the fumes of the cheese go up your nose a little bit. A little bit of sweetness from the snaps.
Okay, we're gonna have one more final bite of this cheese. But there's one more dessert that Esmond said we gotta try. That also goes classic with a whole smokable traditional meal like this, and so he just ordered it.
Để coi ảnh ăn cái này bao nhiêu tiền.
And he just said this is a classic from the 17th century, French influenced, of course, the camembert cheese, served with some bread, toasted bread, and then some grapes as well, and then like a black currant. It's crusty. Oh yeah, the cheese just melting out. You get some of the jam on there, so that's the sweetness. You can see the fried crusty. Oh, it's just like oozing with cheese. Look at that.
Cái này là chắc là cái bánh. Cái này chắc cái món tráng miệng không?
Yeah, just like a melted cheese lover's dream come true for dessert.
Cái này là cái bánh đó.
Then with the blackcurrant jam.
Bánh mà ở bên trong đó là nó có kem quá trời trong đó.
And that complete. This is a legendary restaurant. That was a legendary meal. I love traditional food in any country that I visit, and that was the real deal. And looking back, probably my favorite thing of the entire meal was the fried herring for sure. Okay, we've got one more place to go on this traditional Danish food tour of Copenhagen. Okay, so for dinner tonight,
bây giờ là anh còn đi vô một cái chỗ nữa à?
But a very classic, another legendary restaurant. It's called Restoshoten. It's called Restoshoten. And again,
bây giờ anh đi vô cái nhà hàng này nữa. Cái nhà hàng kia anh ăn nhiêu mà sao không thấy anh để? Cái trận thứ nhì đấy chắc cũng không kém 200 đô đâu.
Really elegant restaurant, small little hors d'oeuvres to begin with. Wow. There's some tender, creamy pork. That's been ordered a couple of appetizers before the main dishes. So this one is a Monkfish Tartar. Oh, that looks beautiful.
Còn cái này là hình như là con cá hay sao á?
Wow. That is refreshing, like minced monkfish. That's rich.
Cá.
Pure. And then next up, this is a halibut, and there's some bacon in there. There's some horseradish and a mussel sauce. So delicate and so rich and so good.
Cá với cái gì á?
Wow. Wow, that halibut melts in your mouth. And that's such a, like, creamy, rich, seafoody mussel, like, cream sauce. So the main courses have arrived. We got one which is the halibut, which looks like that's a very thick, rich sauce with a vegetable, some vegetables underneath, and the other almost looks like a slice of cake with a frosting, but that's a different type of fish, layered up.
Còn cái này là cũng món cá nữa.
Sauce and then some vegetables on top as well.
Mấy món này thì thấy cũng không có gì đặc biệt lắm.
That fish, the mixture of vegetables and mushrooms in there. Okay, and then the final dish that we got is another fish on top, and then there's
cái này là cá với lại nấm rơm, cái sốt nấm rơm.
That is really good. That fish is so buttery and so soft, and then I love the layers of potatoes. You can taste that mussel sauce. It's seafoody.
195 đô, gần 200 đô á.
That was also like a progression of today because we started with the sandwich, then we went to like a very traditional, then this is also traditional but like modern.
Thấy cái sứ Đan Mạch này là thôi không dám đi rồi đó.
Kind of gourmet ingredients with a little bit of French influence, but that was really good. And since we are in this area,
it's actually here.
Well, it's right here. Okay, we're just gonna stop by. This is a classic.
So like a bodega kind of style where people go for drinks and beers and.
Cool. Yeah. So to end this food tour, we're just gonna have a quick drink here, just to as the atmosphere.
Bây giờ là sắp hết rồi nha các bạn.
And very cool place, but I think we're probably not going to film on the inside, so I'm just going to end the video here
Thôi có gì rồi sẽ tạm biệt. Hẹn sẽ gặp lại các bạn ở cái clip sau nha.
Also, big thank you to Visit
xin chào. Bye bye nha.
For arranging everything, for setting everything up. And if you haven't seen all of the videos in this Denmark, Copenhagen food travel video series, be sure to check them all out. I'll have the link in the description box below. And I want to say a big thank you for watching this video. Please remember to give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you on the next video.